Well, after many meetings with Harry Kurtzman and Elaine and I, my wife, we decided to move out to Oxnard from Tarzana as both our daughters were moving to Thousand Oaks High School, the area in the Conejo Valley. So we were privileged enough to have heard that Chuck Muncie, former great football player with the San Diego Chargers, and he was now executive director of the Port Hueneme Boys and Girls Club. And it so happened when we were living in Tarzana, we used to go to a show that my cousin was in, Philip Sims, and he had a friend in the show with him who was friendly with Chuck Muncie. So I was introduced to Chuck at that time, and when we moved to California, I knew that we needed a celebrity to head up and get the media involved in what we were trying to do. That happened. And if a picture is worth 1,000 words, there's no better than another video. And we'll do the screen share.
That man made a name for himself in pro football as a Pro Bowl running back in the NFL. Well, today he's making a name by helping kids in a high-tech sort of way. Welcome to Golf in the 90s, robotic golf at Rancho Park Municipal Course. This battery-operated mini cart carries 2 bags, allowing golfers to play the game as it was first intended, by walking and
5-wood 4-iron will be a good club, right? Aim it right at the cart, you'll have like a little pitch.
with the aid of a human caddy. It's a program developed by these 2 men, Muncie, whose youth foundation now has new means for summer jobs, and Bob Allen, whose company developed the PK2 robotic caddy.
What we're looking for is people to come out and support the program. Come out here and see what the kids are doing. Come out, play a little bit of golf, use one of the caddies, and get one of the kids out here and enjoy yourself and get a chance to meet a kid that's trying to do the right thing in life. Some of the people who come up after using a caddy have just had tremendous positive words for the entire program. It's given us the encouragement to go on.
The program guarantees each caddy $20 per round plus tips. The youngsters love it.
It's a great job, gives us a lot of good experience for our own personal games, and we meet a lot of nice people, and we can really make a lot of good tips for us for the summer.
Caddies are a dying breed at municipal courses, but thanks to this marriage of man and machine, riding the links could soon be out, while walking is making a big comeback.
And that is exactly what was it.
Fans coming up this Friday, Ventura
We
County's
had-
premier professional.
We had literally 7 interviews during 1 2-week period, including CNN coming down there. Well, the golf went really great until 1998. And in 1998, they changed the rules of the .com industry. And Harry Kurtzman and company really got taken underneath the development at that time. Just to bring you up to date, they went bankrupt, but they basically had been asking me to work on a special project looking at a vacuum cleaner that would be remote controlled. And when it came near things, it would turn around and go the other way. So with that being, under the belt now, and we had no more, need for the factory, basically, we closed up shop. And at that same time, we had started the caddy program at 2 Ventura County golf courses. And one of the people that I worked with, Pablo Ortiz, was a really good friend of mine. And after we stopped the caddy program, he went to the only local television station playing in Ventura County at that time, KADY television. It has a really nice background about why it became KDTV. But the most important thing for me is I was a visionist enough, probably due to the genealogy of my family, to be looking at the internet as the future of technology for whatever we wanted to do to get back to local television again. And I looked up KADYTV.com and it was available for $10. So I purchased it. At that point in time, they were in bankruptcy, and I worked out arrangements with Biltmore Broadcasting, and it was an exciting 3-4 year period. However, after 9/11, they told me that they were going to be selling the station and the call letters would be changed. It's interesting that we're working with this My Eulogy, My Living Eulogy, with a senior population that probably many of them remember either as kids or as adults. The old Channel 63, Joe Butita and Tracy Lear doing a daily news show and all of the above. But I maintained, even though they changed the call letters, I kept the yearly, payment for maintaining that domain. And lo and behold, in 2008, I saw something in February that just led me to where we were going. And it's really the problem of what it is today. My wife works at Navy Base Ventura County at the hotel there. And I was going to have lunch with her when I got to the sun-kissed gate and there were 10 helicopters above. I thought we were invaded. Called my wife up, what's going on? She said, Bob, didn't you hear about the young man at Eel Green School that was killed in the classroom? I said, no. And I read about it the next day at the Ventura County Star. It was, like a half a mile from there. Well, at the same time that afternoon, I heard about Congressman Elton Gallegly going to be donating one new C-130 jet plane to each of 8 cities in the Ventura County area. I said, oh, wow. When I was working with Biltmore, the Chamber of Commerce took me up on a flight like that. They tethered me in and dropped the thing so I could take pictures. And I said, I have to see what this is. There I see my press pass. I see the pictures I took that day. And I said, my wife's working Saturday. Why don't I just go up and basically see what's going on? I did that. And here are elected officials from 8 cities in Ventura County. There is our congressman going to donate one plane to each of those to replace the 2 older ones that were there. And guess how many people from the media were there? Me alone. Wow. A young man gets killed at mid-school, and there are 10 helicopters. 8 new 130 planes are donated, 1 to each city, and there's one media, Bob Allen at KDTV.com. We have to do something about bringing back hyper-local news, weather, and sports without having to look at news items or what would attract people. There was no doubt in my mind that sports were the answer to that. And Chuck Muncie had been coming down since he left the Boys and Girls Club. And he wanted, my grandson, Evan, was in the 2004 Conejo Valley Little League World Series champions. And Chuck said, gee, I haven't seen Evan in 10 years. Let's go up. Where is he? Well, he was a freshman at Thousand Oaks High School at the time. And we went up there, and we got up there 2 hours too early. And Chuck says, Bob, let's go over to Oaks Christian High School. I know the football coach there, and I'm sure they're practicing in the spring for the fall. And we get up there, park the car, look at this, and go down to the football field. And lo and behold, who's there but the football team? And I still remember Bill Riddell looking at Muncie as he's coming, yelling, hey, Muncie, I lost $200 on that, you fumbling that ball over the goal line. And lo and behold, we told him what we were doing. And I had started looking into live streaming at the time, especially after the incident at Eel Green School. And we got a contract to live stream Oaks Christian football at the beginning of next year, 2008. And it was an unbelievable experience. I worked with the IT people at Oaks Christian. We got pods to give us a 45-foot container that we parked in the stadium parking lot and created into our own online studio right there. Hooked up high-speed internet, didn't know what we were doing, so I went to CLU, and they basically were more than happy to work with us, and they had a TV truck, and we hired their students. Chuck Muncie and Joe Butita used to do the play-by-play. Joe Butita Jr. used to be the field announcer getting interviews at the proper time. It was as professionally done as you could shake a stick at. The next year, a company that was trying to get into the sports broadcasting academies approached us and said, gee, would you like to become the Ventura County group that does that and under our umbrella? Absolutely. And we started working and doing things. It came to me that it looked like doing it this way, we were never going to be able to justify the cost of what the CIF charged for a football game was like $500. And we had to pay $150, for the truck and a couple of hundred for the kids to do it. And Butita we paid. Well, it wasn't going to become profitable in my mind at the time. So we had decided to put this in the background and try the next area of development. And that will be the next video that we talk about.